Guys, these two are going in the small one. This one's going back where the parent plant is. And when we put them back in, we'll show you what they look like.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm just gonna update you Craig's Amazon plants. Okay, Craig is here.
Hi, welcome everyone. Well, it's been a bit over 4.5 weeks since we showed you the shoots on the Amazon soil plant last time, and if you zoom in now, you can see we have three really strong shoots and another shoot. So we have 4 shoots coming out there now, and you can see quite a lot of them have some roots. I'll stick my hand in there and give you a bit of a look in there. This is the first shoot at the back here, and look at that now. Look at all those lovely plants there. So I'm going to cut off here. That's going to, and then we have another one here and another one here and this latest one here, which is growing right out the top of the water. So the way I do it, lots of different ways to do it, I assume. The way I do it, I'm going to cut this one off here because these 6 or 7 plants here have good roots on them. So sometimes it takes a bit longer, but anyway, you just get a bit of scissors or a knife or whatever you got. I'm just going to use these household scissors and I'm just going to snip it right there. And I'm going to take this bit out, and then, I don't know if you can see that, but look there, we have beautiful healthy young plants, nice bit of roots. And so I'm going to plant them outside. So the next thing to do, well, I'll show you how I plant mine. Okay. And there's still, oh, look, there's a big snail on there. I'll get him off, put him back in there. And then you have a look at how many plants are still in there. Lots. When it get, yeah. So it's still got, might still have, one of them split as well. I've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, still got the 4. I've got the 4 shoots. You can see down the bottom there, Len. You can see the 3 shoots coming out now. One of the shoots split, so it's only had 3 shoots, but one split into 2. So it's pretty healthy. So I always wait a little bit longer. Okay.
Fish.
Yes, they're saying there's a few more fish in there now. Yeah. Some died, but
just
still
say hi
over
to
30,
the fish
so
here.
that's good. Okay.
How about this one? What is this? That one?
That's an Anubias. That was just floating there. Got its roots caught in the Java fern. They're like a rhizome plant. They don't need to be planted in the ground. In fact, if you plant them in the substrate, they'll die off. So they feed through their roots. So now it's caught there, but they take a long time to grow. Anyway, we'll do a bit and I'll show you how I plant them out. Okay, it's the next step, guys. You see here, I've got 2 plants on each nodule. You could break them apart, but what I do at this stage is I will just cut them. Sorry, moving a bit too much. I will just cut them, cut the stems off and leave those stems on, and I will plant 2 plants as one. And then when they get bigger, I will plant 2 plants as one. So in that way, because you can break them, you see there's 2 plants, but I just do it this way, okay? Alright, what I use, these are the things I use to plant them with. I've got some pots here. I'm going to use this pot to put in the Landroom tank because it's a nicer pot. It matches the other ones. And then I'm going to use these 2 plastic ones just for the other ones, okay? So we've got 6 plants, but I'm only using 3 pots, alright? This one here and this one here have holes in the bottom of the pots, right? What I use, I have old filter things I used to use for an aquaponics system. I just use these, alright? Just whatever. This one I will cut smaller. I know these have only been in fish tanks before. If any of you want, so I put that in there. like that, okay? The other one, I will need a bit bigger. So cut 2/3. So I just put them like that. That covers the holes. That way you can use any size gravel you've got laying around. Okay? Yeah. You ready? Over here I have some gravel I've washed. All this gravel has been dry from just other ones I have laying around, okay? So I'm going to use this larger gravel for this pot. I'm hoping it will be... You can use a shovel if you want, but... Okay, so I put about... Can you see in the pot?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. I put about that much in, okay?
Just a half.
Well, yeah, half or yeah, something like that. Now, the secret thing with Amazon sword plants, they're very heavy root feeders. What I use is, in Australia we can get Scott's Osmocote for water gardens and ponds. I use this because it's, last time I bought 2 packs of it, it was $7.38 a pack, and you get 50 of these tabs that last 6 months. I've only ever had trouble with them once when I put like about 20 pots in a tank with 20 of them and the water clouded 2 days later and I had to do a 50% water change. But for these ones, I just put one root tab in, okay? And I slightly cover that up, I push that in the middle and then a few more stones over it. Now, and then I put the largest one. Try and put the roots down a little way. Get the roots and put them
So
under.
you don't need to cut the roots?
No, you want the roots to go in.
Okay.
You cut the roots, then they have to recover again, okay?
Okay.
Then I just use the rest of the gravel. I might just use my hand so it can be, and put it over the roots to hold it in place. You want the roots pretty close to the tab. I'm not doing a very good job on this. Okay. And that's it. Be careful when you put it in. If it moves, this one's moving a little bit. When I put it in the tank, if I find out it's moving, I might get a larger pebble or something and just place it next to it. But, you know, I only have guppies in the tanks I'm putting them in, so it shouldn't be a problem. Get the last little bit of gravel here, because waste not, want not. I'll move that around so most of the leaves are showing. And that's it. This one's going to go in the lounge room. And when it grows, like in another month or two, or those pellets last for 6 months. And you'll usually either write down a date or you'll know when the plant is not looking as healthy to change it out. But in 2 or 3 months, I will, when this is doubled or tripled, then I will split it into 2.
Very healthy.
Yes, that's right. And so the same with the other one. This one's going in here because it's a little pot that I have. Whatever, these pots are a bit too big for the tank I'm going to put them in, but you can use any old pots. If these ones we've collected over the, you know, from house plants or whatever, as long as you clean them properly. Now this one has the thing in. I don't have any more large gravel, so I'm going to get some different size gravel for this one.
Okay.
This one I just had this size gravel. Okay, you can see it's all pretty dry and healthy, been sitting there for a while. I'm not sure how much I know. That should be about that, but very simple. Just whatever gravel you've got. Just go through this one quickly, exactly the same. Just use my hand. Some gravel. This one about a third. Just because it's a deep pot doesn't mean you have to fill it all the way up. Grab one of me little feeding tabs or whatever, push that in, and I'm going to put this one because you can see this one.
Yeah, that one there.
Yeah. You can see I could split this into 2 now. You're looking at this. Could split this into two now, but I'm not going to do this one. This one's grown a bit above, so I'll plant this one, and then this one might continue to grow, but plants are pretty good, they adapt. So I'm just going to put the roots on top of there and hold it in place with a bit more gravel like that. Okay. Alright. Just give it a little tuck down, a bit of a shake, and there we go.
And
Once, yeah, it's very easy.
Very easy to
And this
plant.
one's just going to be
Last
a
one.
smaller one. Didn't have to put. It's very easy, guys, and you can see I've got 6. I've probably got another 20 plants sitting in there from the thing. And once you get a few going, now we've got this one, good roots. But see, it's worth, in my opinion, it's worth leaving them 3 or 4 weeks. This is about 4 weeks, so you get good roots. So you give the plants a chance, because the one in the terracotta pot's going to go back into the same tank, but the other 2 are going to go into a different tank. But so the water parameters should be pretty similar, but the light is going to be exactly the same. Well, it's the same brand. It's a 2-foot one instead of a 3-foot one, so it will. They're both 5730 SMD lights, which I've upgraded from the old 2835 LEDs, which I find are really good. But the 3-foot one is about, I'm not sure, 3800 lumen, and the 2-foot one is about 2600 lumen. So, but it'll be closer, so it should be pretty much. But that's how we'll go. So there we go, guys. These 2 are going in the small one. This one's going back where the parent plant is. And when we put them back in, we'll show you what they look like. Very easy, but in my opinion, it's worth waiting the extra week or 2, get the extra roots on, give them a better chance. And of course, with sword plants, in my opinion, you must put some fertilizer tab or something in, or be fertilizing your plants. I just use these because for $7.30 for 50 of them,
This one, $7.
I think it's really good value. Yes, it's the cheapest and best I can find.
Okay,
All right.
so that's it.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you
Once
guys
again,
for watching.
Thanks for all your support. Support Lane's channel. Subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, we'll do an update when they're back in the tanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit that notification bell for more videos updates daily. Bye bye.
Thank you.
So here's the Amazon plants, guys, that are created just
Yeah. Let's put
Plants.
those 2 in there because they don't have enough room in the laundry tank. 2 in there. Well, we have at least another 30 on the plant now. Or 15 pots worth if we don't separate them. So the fish are in there checking them out on the other one because there's something new in their tank. That's it. Leave it there and hopefully they'll grow up as big as their parents, and then instead of 30 we'll have 80.
yeah. Look at that fish there, guys. So beautiful.
That's the way to go. You only need to buy 1 or 2 and then have the patience, and then you'll never have to buy them again.
Okay, guys, that's it.